Suits expanded its universe with 2 spin-offs that got cancelled, which shows that there is only one way that the franchise should continue. Released in 2014, Suits became an instant success with its groundbreaking storyline. The show focuses on the partnership between Mike Ross, a law school dropout, and the charismatic Harvey Specter, a successful partner at a prestigious law firm. Suits ran for 9 seasons, but its last 2 installments failed to capture what made its earlier seasons great. While the original Suits was hugely popular, especially after it hit Netflix, its spin-off shows failed to reach the same height. The first Suits spin-off, Pearson, focused on Jessica Pearson, but it got cancelled before it could take off. Similarly, Suits LA had an interesting enough storyline, but it didn't have one core ingredient that made Suits different from other legal dramas. The 2 TV shows have been a teaching moment for the creators of Suits and have given a valuable lesson in how the Suits franchise should continue. Suits should return with a movie, not another spin-off show. The 2 Suits spin-offs haven't been successful. Recently, there's been a massive resurgence in Suits' popularity, particularly because it was added to Netflix's library, and the creation of Suits LA reminded audiences of what made the original series so good. However, the 2 Suits spin-off TV shows, Pearson and Suits LA, have proved that the original series being revived through focusing on characters doesn't work. Both Pearson and Suits LA were cancelled after airing for 1 season due to low ratings. This, in itself, isn't surprising as the 2 spin-offs were missing what made Suits such a huge success. The best way for the Suits franchise to continue is through a movie. A Suits movie would have a better chance of bringing out all the original core characters, serving as a direct continuation of the story instead of deviating from it. The challenges that Pearson and Suits LA faced further proved that spin-offs can't replicate what made the original story resonate with audiences. A Suits movie, however, can preserve the show's legacy by putting its main cast at the forefront. Pearson and Suits' last cancellations reveal a big problem with the Suits franchise. Suits spin-offs weren't as exciting as the original show. What made Suits stand out from other legal dramas is that it was actually a show about its characters and their dynamics, not the law firm or the cases the lawyers handled. Suits LA and Pearson were generic legal dramas, and nothing about the 2 shows made them special. Suits, however, had Mike and Harvey's relationship at its center. Mike's secret gave Suits a hook, and Harvey's willingness to protect his protégé at all costs raised the stakes in the series. Without Mike and Harvey, it's clear that the Suits spin-offs can't work. Granted, Jessica was a great character, but what made her interesting was her banter with Harvey and how she used Louis for her own gain. Suits LA faced the same problem as the first spin-off. Mike and Harvey's absence was felt throughout the show's first season, more so because the TV show didn't really have a hook. If other Suits spin-offs ever happen, they must have the same tone as the original show. Suits has shown more than once that it needs Harvey and Mike to succeed. Suits isn't as good without Mike and Harvey. Mike and Harvey are undeniably the glue that held Suits together. Without the 2 main characters, Suits became a shadow of itself. After Patrick J. Adams left Suits, the legal drama struggled to find itself because the show heavily relied on Mike and Harvey. Without Mike, Harvey wasn't the same. While he tried to go on without his partner, it was clear that Mike's absence took a huge toll on him. Suits did go on for 2 more seasons following Adams' departure from the show, but it had lost its spark. The 2 seasons of Suits that didn't have Mike proved that the show needed the dynamic duo. The 2 spin-offs further contributed to that conclusion. Although there are a lot of factors that led to the cancellation of Pearson and Suits LA, the one thing the TV shows have in common is that they didn't have Mike and Harvey, or at least a duo that had the same kind of relationship that the 2 characters had.